Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. The Franchise Stars Baseball League has reached the last weekend of August. Year 4 of the FSBL. The red-hot Boston Red Sox come into Wrigley Field for the second game of a three-game series against the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs enter the day in a three-way tie atop the National League Central. They will have to contend with this man, Ted Williams, the splendid splinter, batting .309, 36 homers on the year. Another terrific campaign for Williams as the Cubs try to outlast the Brewers and the Pirates atop the NL Central and find their first postseason berth here in the FSBL. Red Sox and Cubs, Young and Jenkins coming up from Wrigley. Here's Fergie Jenkins, 10-11, a 3.81 ERA. Jenkins, a little bit of a down season here in year 4. He certainly hasn't been terrible by any stretch, but he's kind of slipped over the course of the last month. Jenkins will try to right the ship against a Red Sox lineup that is hitting on all cylinders as of late. Starting off, Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury batting .289, 32 stolen bases. This has easily been Ellsbury's best season for the Red Sox in the 4-year history of the FSBL. He takes a first pitch slider from Jenkins. In for a called strike, and we're underway. Cubs took the first game of this three-game set. Ellsbury tries to drop a bunt down on the slider, bunts it foul. He quickly finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Jenkins deals there. Good slider again from Jenkins. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Down goes Jacoby Ellsbury for the first out of the ballgame.
The shortstop, number 6.
So getting the start here today, Johnny Pesky at shortstop for the Red Sox. Pesky batting .280 here in his rookie campaign. Fastball from Jenkins misses up high. 1 homer, 14 RBIs for Pesky. He has not played every day, but he has gotten a decent share of playing time as the season has gone on. Fastball there. Pesky fouls it off. The count goes to 1-1. Beautiful Saturday afternoon here at Wrigley Field. 1-1 pitch. Popped out to left. Ian Happ coming on a long run. Happ gets there. Puts it away for out number 2.
That is third. The left fielder.
Your Red Sox lineup, Ellsbury, Pesky, and Williams. Betts, Smith, and Collins. Dorr, Harris, and Varitek. The Red Sox, third in the American League in runs this season. .595 behind, of course, the outstanding A's and Yankees lineups. Here you see Ted Williams, .309, 36 homers, 78 RBIs. For Williams, he had a little bit of a cold spell. Late July, early August, he has broken out of that as he laces the first pitch from Jenkins into that gap in left center. Williams rounds first. He will cruise into second with a stand-up 2-out double. His 20th double of the season, and the Red Sox have a runner in scoring position. Williams lashes that one like a bullet into the gap, bouncing up against the ivy here at Wrigley. So now here's Mookie Betts. Betts has turned it on as of late. He's up to .294. Slider there from Jenkins, in for a called strike. Jenkins retired the first 2 men to face him, but now has to deal with Williams on second base. And fields. Slider again. Jenkins going heavily to the slider here in the opening frame. 0-2 the count as he deals to Betts. Fastball there. Betts fouls it off. From the set once more. 0-2 off. Slider out of the zone. Betts won't chase. 1-2 the count. Down and in with the sinker. Good pitch there from Jenkins. Betts swings over the top of that one, tied in knots, and the side is retired. So Fergie works around the 2-out double from Williams. We head to the bottom of the first here at Wrigley. Red Sox nothing. Cubs coming up. On the hill for the Red Sox, Cy Young. And Young has had a very strong season. He's gotten better as the year has gone on. 12-7, a 2.81 earned run average for the right-hander. He will face the rookie, Andy Pafko. Pafko, 272, 13 homers, 45 RBIs. He has had a much better season here in the friendly confines of Wrigley. 322 at home, 228 on the road. Young gets the sign from Varitek and delivers. Pitch fastball swung on and missed. Red Sox have built a comfortable lead in the wild card race in the American League. They're still 11.5 games behind the Yankees in the division. Curveball. This is outside. It's 1-1. Ball there, foul up. 1-2 the count. Varitek sets up inside. Ball there from Young. This is down and in. He delivers. Ground ball to short. Pesky gobbles it up. Throws over to first, and there's quickly one away.
Batting second, the first baseman.
Your Cubs lineup: Pafko, Cavaretta, and Hack. Nicholson, Santo, and Happ. Baez, Hartnett, and Bill Dallin. The Cubs 12th in the National League in batting average this season. Pitching has carried them, but they have had timely hitting. They've got a bit of pop. Here's Phil Cavaretta. And Cavaretta has gone kind of ice cold at the plate. He's down to 267. 11 homers on the year for Cavaretta. Skies this one to left. Williams ranges over. He's there. Puts it away for out number 2.
Batting third, the designated hitter, Stan.
So that'll bring up Stan Hack, the designated hitter, batting .303, 13 homers, 62 RBIs. Another fine season at the plate for Stan Hack. Hack, of course, second in the league in batting in year 2 of the FSBL. Young delivers. First pitch there. Hack holds up, but they call it a strike anyway. 38 doubles on the year for Hack. Line drive, gap-to-gap hitter. 0-1 offer. Fastball at the top of the zone. Young gets the call, and the count goes to 0-2. Looks in. The sign from Varitek. Deep in the crouch. Pitch inside. Hack pulls it to second. Door ranges to his left, throws to first, and the side is retired. So a 1-2-3 inning for Cy Young. We're through one here at Wrigley. We're scoreless. Sox and Cubs. Here's Reggie Smith. Smith banged .277. 29 homers, 82 RBIs, a scorching hot August for Smith. He's gotten hot as the Red Sox have. Smith had .340 this month. He's going to be very upset to see the calendar turn from August to September. Our good friend Dwayne March tunes in. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Be sure to check out Dwayne's terrific channel. Smith rounds the base hit through the hole on the right-hand side. It's a leadoff single to open up the top of the second.
The third baseman.
13-game hitting streak now for Reggie Smith. Smith plays center against lefties, but the fact that Jacoby Ellsbury is finally producing for the Red Sox has Smith as the designated hitter against right-handed pitchers. Here's Jimmy Collins. Collins batting .280. 19 homers, 76 RBIs. That's a career high for Collins. Field slider misses inside. One offering, pulling foul outside the bag at third. 1-2 the count here as Jenkins works to Collins. Good curveball there from Jenkins. Collins fouls it off. Again, the National League Central. All three teams opening the day tied for first. And look out for the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals, 4.5 games out. They have closed the gap to within 5 before the end of the month. That is what they were saying they wanted to do, is they have tried to dig themselves out of the big early season hole. But the NL Central has been stunningly mediocre here in year 4. And the Cardinals have thrust themselves back into the playoff picture. Collins puts that one over the bag at third. It's played nicely on the bump out there by Happ. He'll hold with a single, but 2 men on here for the Red Sox. Here in the top of the second. That will bring up Bobby Doerr. Doerr batting .251. First ball from Jenkins misses outside. 11 homers, 54 RBIs on the season for Doerr. 1-0 pitch. In there for a called strike. Smith, 14 stolen bases. He's not likely to go to third, though. Fly ball. Doerr puts this one out into the gap. Ranging over. Nicholson puts it away. Runner's going to tag. Smith's going to try to take third, and he's going to make it. Throw offline, and Smith takes third. Tags up on the flyout. Runner's at the corners with one away. Here's Joe Harris. Harris gets the start at first base today. .229, 6 homers, 16 RBIs. Good friend Wayne Mark notes crazy all 5 RBI leaders are either an Oakland A or a New York Yankee. Yep, that is the 2 best offenses in the American League. Harris hits into a 4-6-3 double play. That gets Jenkins out of the jam. The Sox are turned aside. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Boston nothing, Chicago nothing here at Wrigley. So here is Bill Nicholson, the rookie, .239, but 34 homers, 69 RBIs. We'll have to get that average a bit higher, but he has brought some thump to a Cubs offense that has desperately needed. Cubs have gotten virtually no outfield production other than Bill Lang. You know, their usual center fielder. Lang resting today. He's got a finger contusion. He hasn't been put on the injured list. He's been sitting, but Lang can certainly come on for speed later on if necessary. Probably eligible to pitch hit. Ollie the Bernedoodle sneezing by my side here at our posh New York studio or something. Nicholson fouls that one off. It's 1-1. Another breaking ball there from Young. The count goes to 2-1. Fastball. Lows pitch. He doesn't get the call. Ron Santos. Santo is heated up. Santos got that average up to 250. He was hovering around 220 for a good portion of this season. A little bit of a sophomore jinx for Santo, who had a fine rookie campaign a year ago. Young misses down low here, so Nicholson draws the leadoff walk in the bottom of the second as Santos steps in. Cubby's third baseman, as we mentioned, batting .250. Clark the Bear trying to get the crowd here at Wrigley into it. Clark the Cub. fair. Obliteration there would make more sense. Fastball misses down low. It's 1-0. Young from the set, delivers. Breaking ball, knocked foul. 1-1 the count. Young from the set. Delivers. Santo turns that one hard but foul. Fastball up in the zone, and Santo was all over it. Just a touch out in front. 1-2 the count here now. Young looking for a put-away pitch. That one is almost put out of the park. Instead, it's going to be a one-hopper off the wall. Santo into the corner and left. Williams digs it out. Runner being waved around third. Here comes the relay home. Throw to the plate a little bit up the line, but they're going to get Nicholson anyway. The throw was just a little bit to the first base side. Nicholson comes around. They tried to get him home. I have no problem with that in that case. That ball's going down into the corner. It's okay for them to try that, but that's a pretty good relay and a nice tag by Varitek. Barely gets him before the hand gets in. Run cut down at the plate. Santo takes second, one away. Here's Ian Happ. Happ batting .279. Fastball is a called strike. 13 homers, 38 RBIs on the year for the switch hitting Happ. Fastball, Happ puts this one out into right, but right at Mookie Betts. Makes the grab, runner holds. And there's two away.
Batting seven. The second base.
So here's Javi Baez. Baez batting .245. Young from the set. Fastball swung on and missed. Won the count. Young delivers. Baez pulls it foul, and now Young is ahead of him 0-2. Crowd here at Wrigley hoping Baez can come through with the big knock. Pulls that one foul. Young stays up in the zone. 0-2. The count to Baez. Young goes breaking ball down and away. It's blocked, but it rolls far away from Varitek up the third baseline, and Santo takes third. That'll be a wild pitch on Cy Young. Not sure if that hit off the front of the shin guard or what, but Varitek blocked it, but it shot away from him. So 1-2 the count now. Young still working to Baez. Baez lines out when the second door is there, puts it away, and the side is retired. So the Cubs are turned aside. Baez frustrated. We'll head to the top of the third here at Wrigley. Red Sox and Cubs are scoreless. So here's Jason Varitek. Varitek, .258 on the year, 2 homers, 13 RBIs. He's batting .301 away from Fenway. .206 at home. Varitek being a bit of a road warrior so far this season for the Sox. First pitch from Jenkins. Fastball is called strike on the outside edge. Works away again. Varitek pulls it anyway. Down to Cavaretta, who takes it to the bag himself for the first out of the inning.
The batter, number 2.
So order turns over. Here's Ellsbury. Forgive my speech impediment there. Here's Ellsbury. Struck out his first time up. The American League playoff picture is pretty much set at this point. The Blue Jays have dropped, I believe it's 6 in a row. fall out of the playoff picture. So it's really just a matter of the Yankees and the A's fighting for home field advantage. The Red Sox trying to hold off the Twins for home field during the wild card game. That one's popped up. Cavaretta over near the stands, reaches in and makes the play. Nice play, Phil Cavaretta. Ranges over there near the dugout and the seats, reaches over the railing and reels it in for out number 2. Here's Johnny Pesky. Pesky is 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. The National League is nowhere near as set, and the mediocrity of the NL Central is a big reason why. The Giants and the Phillies may well both win 100 games. But between the 3 teams tied atop the NL Central, the Cardinals now within 4.5. Plus the Diamondbacks, the Mets, and the Dodgers. There are 6 teams within 3 games for the final 2 National League playoff spots. That one down the left field line. That's going to be a dunker. That falls in front of half, taking the turn, going to second, and that is just a bad move there from Johnny Pesky. Pesky dunks that one down the left field line. Half comes up throwing. Pesky trying to create a little something to get into scoring position for Ted Williams. And Half throws a bullet. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd here at Wrigley. Scoreless ball game. Here's Gabby Hartnett. Hartnett has that average back up over 200. It has been a miserable season at the plate for Gabby. He's actually lost some playing time to Johnny Kling this season. Hartnett was very solid a year ago. Ground ball up the middle, and there's a base hit. Of course, as we talk about the struggles of Gabby Hartnett, he singles into center because that's the way it tends to work.
Batting 9th, the shortstop, number 54.
Good piece of hitting there from Hartnett to give the Cubbies the leadoff base run. Here's Bill Dowling. Dowling batting .228. That one is popped up. Varitek sheds the mask. Back carried a bit further away from the plate than I think Varitek initially thought, but he reels it in for out number 1.
Number 52.
So the order turns over. Here's Pafko. Pafko grounded out his first time. Takes Gander over at the runner. Fastball at the top of the zone for a called strike. That one is skied out to center. Ellsbury is there. Reels it in for out number 2.
Now batting, number 44.
So with 2 away, the runner still on first. Here's Cavaretta. He flew out his first time. Gets the sign from Varitek. 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd of a scoreless ball game. Appreciate you tuning in for a late night live broadcast. Cavaretta fouls that one off. From the set, delivers, curveball. This is down low, it's 1-1. Tomorrow evening on the channel, boxing returns. The LSUBF back in action here on the YouTube channel. A 3-bout card. Ike Duarte and Carlos Palomino will go at it in the welterweight tournament to determine the first champions of the LSUBF. But that one's ground down to 3rd to go the short way to 2nd for the force. And the side is retired. So we're a 1/3 of the way through here at Wrigley. Red Sox and Cubs still scoreless as we head to the 4th part of the Boston order coming up. Starting with Ted Williams. Williams laced a double his first time up.
The left fielder,
Zuma on that boxing card tomorrow. Azuma Nelson will also fight. He will fight young Corbett, too, out of the early 1900s in the featherweight division. And then Evander Real Deal Holyfield in the cruiserweight tournament will take on Asi Ocasio. Get boxing going back on the channel. 1-1 the count. Jenkins delivers. Fastball down and in. Williams fouls it off. Williams flashed the first pitch from Jenkins into the left center field gap his first time. Sinker there from Jenkins. Misses down and in. 2-2 offering. And Williams flashes that one foul. Jenkins deals. Breaking ball. Williams. Little bit out in front of it. Hits it hard. Pulls it foul. Fastball. Williams fouls off another one. Gonna get Williams out when he's playing well as he is right now. He's gonna make you work for it. Fork ball from Jenkins, good pitch. Dives out of the zone, but Williams gets a bat on it. Good battle here between Jenkins and Williams. 2-2 offering again. Fastball misses down and away, and the count goes full. Mookie Betts waits in the on-deck circle for Boston. Jenkins rocks and fires. Ground ball up the middle. Diving stop. Baez knocks it down. He's going to have to hurry. Throw to first is not in time. It's an infield single for Ted Williams. His second hit of the game. Nice play by Baez to be able to get a glove on this one. Williams hit it hard up the middle. Baez did everything he could there. He was able to smother that ball a bit better. He might have had a play. But Williams running hard. Beats it out for the infield base hit to open up the top of the fourth. Here's Betts. He's 0 for 1. Good slider. Strike one. Betts struck out his first time up. Jenkins deal. Good sinker. He's ahead of Betts 0-2. Up and in fastball. It would have been a ball. Betts protecting. Gets a weak foul and straight back. Two pitch from Jenkins. Fastball off the plate. It's 1-2. From the set, checks on Williams, now delivers. Good sinker there, and he fans Betts for the second time. Both times he's gotten them with the sinker down and in. One away, here's Reggie Smith. Smith singled his first time. Deals, fastball at the knees for strike one. This is down low. That one counted a bit too much play, but it was hit right to Cavaretta. 3-6-3 double play, side retired. So Jenkins induces his second double play ball of the first 4 innings, and the Sox are turned aside. 5 hits through 4 for Boston, but still no runs. As we head to the bottom of the fourth of a scoreless ball game here at Wrigley. So here's Stan Hack. He grounded out his first time.
The designated hitter, Dan Hack.
Young delivers. Curveball misses away. Pulls that one foul, and it's 1-1. We're going to kind of count this as the American League game so that we can bring you for the last game of August. The weekend we will do the Cardinals and Dodgers. That'll take us through August to September 1st. Down the final month of the season. Ground ball there to second. Door with the play. One down. Here's Nicholson. Nicholson walked his first time up. Smash down to first, but right at Harris. Takes it to the bag for the second out.
Now batting, third baseman.
Nicholson hit that one hard, but right at Joe Harris down at first. 2 away. Here's Santo. Santo doubled his first time up. Double, but Nicholson was thrown out trying to score. Nice relay from Williams to Pesky. Fastball on the outside corner is a called strike. It's 0-1. Curveball from Young. Beauty there from Cy Young. He's ahead of Santo 0-2. Box and fire. Another curveball on that one. Santo puts right back through the box. He almost chops Young's legs out from underneath him. It's a base hit for Ron Santo, who's 2 for 2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth.
Now batting, number 8.
So Young went back to that curveball again, and that time Santo stayed on it. So now, here's Ian Happ. Happ is 0 for 1. Pulls this one slowly towards the hole. Door ranges to his left. Throws to first. And the side is retired. So Young gets around the 1-out single from Santo. We head to the 5th here at Wrigley of a scoreless ball game. Red Sox and Cubs. Here's Jimmy Collins. Collins 1 for 1.
The third baseman.
Singled his first time up.
Collins.
And the Red Sox pretty much locked into that first wild card spot. It would take a big, big push to chase them down. Well, something we're going to have to keep an eye on. That skies this one out to left. Carrying a bit. Happ is there, though, shy of the warning sign. Puts it away for out number 1. The Twins have gone on a 6-game winning streak. Tigers have cooled off a bit. Twins have played very good baseball for the last month. And the Twins have closed to within 3 games of the Detroit Tigers in the AL Central. The Tigers have led that division all season. It would be tough for the Tigers to let that division slip away from them. It would be really tough for the Tigers to get forced into a wild card game against these Red Sox. That's going to be a very interesting situation to watch. The Twins have gotten hot at the right time. Nathaniel, how are you? Beatles is rambling right now. Oh no. Poor Beatles. He loves to talk about the games and the hobbies, although maybe he's rambling about something other than that. I don't know. I didn't see the Beatles was on, actually. Sinker misses down low. It's 2-2. Sometimes he just wants to talk, and that's okay. I have been known to ramble as well. Sinker misses down low. The count goes full. 3-2 pitch from Jenkins. Fastball gasses him. Down goes Door. Strikeout for Fergie Jenkins. There's 2 away. Computer games, I got you. So here's Harris. He's 0 for 1. Fastball from Jenkins in for a called strike. He seems to be getting himself into a decent little groove. Here he's working a little bit more quickly. Again, the Sox have had 5 hits to this point. They haven't been able to turn it into anything. Jenkins has struggled a little bit as of late. In 10 and 11, the 3.81 ERA. Certainly not bad numbers by any stretch. Jenkins has taken a bit of a downturn since the All-Star break. He's throwing well here today, though. 1-2 the count, deals to Harris. Fastball, Harris tries to hold the swing. They say he did. Count goes to 2-2. Jenkins rocks and fires. Breaking ball, fouled off. 2-2 offering from Jenkins. Harris fouls that one straight back, and the count will hold. 2-2 pitch from Jenkins. Fourth ball misses down low, and the count goes full. Jason Varitek waits on deck for Boston. Fastball. Harris fouls off another one. 8 pitches so far this at bat. Jenkins looking for a put away on Joe Harris. He's not going down easily. Hartnett sets. Jenkins delivers another fastball. That one popped straight up. Cavaretta coming on underneath it. Says he's got it, and he does. And the side is retired. So we're midway through here on a partly cloudy but overall very nice day at Wrigley Field. Red Sox nothing, Cubs nothing. It's always a nice day for baseball at Wrigley. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Cubbies coming up. Floating heads of John Sciambi and Chris Singleton make their appearance. Here's Javi Baez. Start things off against Cy Young. Coils that arm and delivers. Fastball high in the zone. Baez fouls it off. Young delivers. Fastball swung on and missed. Young ahead of Baez 0-2. Rocks and fires. Fastball at the top of the zone. Strike 3. Young has been able to get that pitch during this game. That fastball at the letters. He has gotten that call. He has hit that spot a few times. And he sends Baez packing with it here. 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Baez does not seem to have agreed. So here's Hartnett. He singled his first time up. Ground ball hard to short. Pesky gobbles it up. Throws over to first, and there's 2 away. Hartnett hit that one hard. But right at Pesky. Having the kind of season that Gabby Hartnett has had this year. That's the kind of thing that happens. Here's Bill Dallin. Dallin popped up his first time up. Fastball off the plate for ball 1. The ball misses away. 2-0. Rocks and fires. Fastball is fouled off. 2-1 the count. Good pitcher's duel going here between Young and Jenkins. Ground ball up the middle. Thor has it. Throws over to first. Low throw. Harris digs it out. And the side is retired. So we're through 5 here at Wrigley. Sox and Cubs moving this one along a bit. We're still scoreless as we head to the 6th. Varitek will lead off. Out-of-town scoreboard, Rangers visit the Yankees in the Bronx. Mike Minor and Jack Cheesebro, the pitching matchup there. Angels and Rays tied at 2 in Tampa. That game is in the 5th. Mike Trout has a pair of hits and an RBI for the Angels. Fred McGriff, his 31st home run for Tampa. White Sox and Twins tied at 2, also in the 5th. That one's in Minnesota. Zeke Benora, his 10th home run of the year for Chicago. Astros and Royals will play later in Kansas City. Bob Knepper and Brady Singer, the pitching matchup there. Indians and Tigers in Detroit. Corey Kluber and Justin Verlander, that should be a good ball game. Later on from Tiger Stadium, A's and Mariners in the 2nd. Eddie Plank and Jake Arrieta going at it out in Seattle. Phillies all over the Mets at Shea, 7-3 in the 8th. Chase Utley has driven in 5 runs for Philly. Utley seems to be on his way to the National League Rookie of the Year honors. Marlins lead the Expos 4-1 in a battle of the bottom of the NL East. Derek Lee has hit his 24th home run from Miami. Zimmerman his 24th for the Expos. Padres and Pirates yet to get underway in Pittsburgh. Sterling Hitchcock and Babe Adams, the pitching matchup there. Reds all over the Brewers, 5-0 in Cincinnati. Dave Concepcion has hit his first home run of the year. He's driven in 4 in that one. Braves and Rockies will go at it in Colorado. Warren Spahn goes between Martins Bravos. Diamondbacks all over the Giants in the 2nd. Sean Green, a grand slam for the Diamondbacks in that one. The Diamondbacks have fallen out of that wild card spot. After they'd fallen out, I think they may have gotten it back. I'm seeing the scroll here over the last week. But again, you've got 6 teams fighting for 3. Well, and the Braves are pretty set in at least the wild card spot. You consider the Braves, the Phillies, and the Giants set. But you've got about 6 teams within 3 games of each other, 3 or 4 games of each other, fighting for 2 playoff spots in the National League. Last month of the season is going to be fun when it comes to that race. Slider from Jenkins misses outside. It's a 1-out walk, and the speedy Jacoby Ellsbury is on.
Now batting, number 6.
Here's Pesky. He's 1 for 2. He's singled back in the 3rd. Slider misses down and in. 1-0. The Mets had briefly slipped into that 2nd wild card spot in the National League. The fact that the Cardinals have gotten back into contention is staggering. Again, the Central, they've all beaten the snot out of each other all season. But they've been very mediocre against the other divisions, too. So you have a whole division right around 500. It's there. Pesky ground ball past the diving Cavaretta. That's a base hit in the right field. Runner's going to go 1st to 3rd. Ellsbury never even thought about holding up at 2nd. 1st and 3rd, runners at the corners for the Red Sox. Pesky singles. Cavaretta gave it a great effort, but now Ted Williams, 2 for 2, is up with runners at the corners. 1 away here in the top of the 6th. First pitch fastball from Jenkins is a called strike at the knee. Double and a single for Williams. He's 4 for 7 with a homer and 4 RBIs in the first 2 games of this series. 0-1 pitch from Jenkins. Breaking ball. Williams hits it hard, but right to second. This might be 2, 4, 6, 3. Double play. 3rd double play hit into by the Red Sox. And Jenkins gets out of it once again. Oh, Williams is going to be livid heading back to that Red Sox dugout. He hit it hard, but hit it right at Baez. 3rd double play in 6 innings. Hit into by the Sox. Bottom of 6. We're still scoreless. Here's Pafko. He's 0 for 2. Double plays, giving Dwayne Marks PTSD over that Yankees American League Division Series back in year 2. The Yankees hit into, I think it was 8 double plays in 3 games against the Indians. And they knocked out of that series. 1-1 count. Young delivers. Breaking ball and a beauty, and the count is 1-2. Young delivers. Breaking ball, Pafko fooled badly. That one dove in at his ankles. That may have been the spitter from Young. Pafko swings over the top of it, and there's one away. Our good friend SGJ Jamie checked in. Looks like a good one going. Yes, sir. Scoreless ball game, bottom of the 6th here at Wrigley. The Red Sox have hit into 3 double plays. Squash a couple of, each of them with guys in scoring position, too. So they have had opportunities to score against Jenkins, but Fergie has made the big pitches as he's needed to. Here's Cavaretta. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out and grounded. Curveball there, ground ball up the middle, range into his right. Nice play, Bobby Doerr throws the first and he gets him. Good work by Bobby Doerr there at second base for the Sox, and there's 2 away. Doerr jumps and throws and gets Cavaretta. That's a nice play there from Bobby Doerr. 2 down. Here's Stan Hack. He's 0 for 2. Third ball just misses down low. Hack is grounded out both times. Young delivers. Hack fouls it off. Young rocks and fires. Hack fouls off another. Look at that pitch count. Cy Young has only gone into double digits in 1 inning. The Cubs have been very aggressive to this point. Fastball swung on and missed. Down he goes. Big strikeout there from Young. He fans Hack, and the side is retired. We head to the 7th here at Wrigley of a scoreless ball game. Cy Young and Fergie Jenkins putting up zeros. Here's Mookie Betts. Betts is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. Jenkins has gotten him down and in sinkers. Each of Mookie's first 2 at bats. Fastball there on the outside corner for strike 1. And those Cardinals are always a tough hit. Yeah, I mean, remember the Cardinals made the NLCS against the Giants each of the first 2 years of the FSBL. The second year, they led Game 7, 5-0, and they lost that game to the Giants. Giants went on to win the World Series that year and then repeated last year. Cardinals were eliminated from the playoffs on the last day of the regular season last year. And then the Cardinals were just terrible at the start this year. Johnny Mize was having a great year. Bob Gibson is having his best season in the FSBL, but down seasons there. Hornsby was not himself this season. And Boyer took a step back. And the Cardinals were double digits out for most of the year, but the rest of the division has kind of just been very mediocre, and the Cardinals have gotten hot late and have got themselves back into contention. High slider away, gets Mookie. 3rd strikeout for Betts. Fergie Jenkins has just chewed up Mookie Betts here in this one. That is a tough strike call. A slider up in the zone. But he rings them up 1 away. Here's Reggie Smith. Smith, first pitch swing, fly ball out to left center, ranging over his Pafko. Puts it away on the run. Quickly, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Jenkins at 92 pitches.
The third baseman, Jimmy Collins.
Here's Jimmy Collins. Collins is 1 for 2. Single back in the second. Fastball at the top of the zone. Anyway, after they have the Cardinals have impact players in the pipeline coming up. I'm trying to remember what the Cardinals rookie draft was. The rookie draft was a month and a half ago. So I feel like they had somebody good, and I'm not remembering who it was. It may have been Adam Wainwright, but I'm not positive. But I mean, the Cardinals are the most talented team right now in that division. It's just one of those years where it just hasn't worked out for them. Working out here for the Sox, though, is a drive into the gap. It's going to be a 2-out double, and the Sox will once again get a runner in a scoring position. 25th double of the season for Jimmy Collins. Now Jenkins will look to see if he can come up with the big pitch here against Bobby Doerr. Doerr is 0 for 2. Fastball is a called strike. Oh, no problem, Nathaniel. I love talking to Charlie. I'm sorry I couldn't give you a better answer than that. I didn't remember. Base hit in the left. We'll see if they send him to try to force the run in a scoreless game, and they do. And Happ's throw is home, and they get him. So both teams have thrown a runner out at the plate. Ian Happ comes up throwing and guns him down. Bottom of the order, that's a fine decision. I get it. But a good throw from Ian Happ cuts him down at the plate. 7th inning stretch time here at Wrigley. We are still scoreless. Here's Bill Nicholson. Cy Young has thrown 60 pitches through 6 innings. Nicholson 0 for 1 with a walk. Gotta think the Cubs have to be a little bit patient. And 1 here. James, yeah, Jamie, you said that was a close one. I probably should have actually run a replay on that one because that was very close. And trying to create the run. When the guy's coming straight on like that, it's tough especially to left. I still think it's a fine play there. In a scoreless game, you're trying to get a run across. Especially the Red Sox have been so frustrated; they've hit into the 3 double plays. Kind of what Nathaniel was talking about. I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily luck. I mean, Jenkins has made the big pitches and he's had to on those double play balls, but he certainly, has his defense has helped him out as well. 2-2 the count. Young delivered. Fastball up in the zone. Nicholson fouls it off. It is funny, though, that... So if you remember way back in year 1, this league hummed along, and I've been fortunate enough that I had it really going really well from the start. But one of the things that plagued year 1 was some shoddy base running. And I messed with some sliders and some player ratings, and I adjusted that off season for year 2. And the base running has been infinitely better for the last 2.5 years. But it kind of felt like since the All-Star break games here in year 4, for some reason, there has been some questionable ones. Today is, I think, was it Pesky? Neither of the plays at the plate I have a problem with. Pesky going for the double may have been a little bit questionable before when he got thrown out there. But there's certainly been a few more base running items of question, like since the All-Star break. That was Napoleon Lajoie. That was in year 1. Though Lajoie is easily the most famous. He came home, he killed a rally in, I think it was a deciding game of a postseason game. Yeah, Lodgeway came running home. The ball was like back on the infield by the time he had gotten the shortstop. And he still tried to score, and he got gunned down at the plate. Yeah, that was the only play that's happened in the course of this league where I literally cursed when it happened. Because it was so infuriating. Because it was in the middle of like a great game. It was like a one-run game, and it had been back and forth. And like it was such a bad AI call that I remember I blurted out, "What the hell is he doing?" But yeah, and the ones that have happened here haven't been as, like I said, the ones in this game haven't really bothered me. But there have been more guys thrown out trying to go for extra bases, like since the All-Star break of this season, than there have been in like the last 2.5 years combined. And I don't mind runners getting thrown out. Like guys should get thrown out, taking extra bases and stuff like that. There's a lot of outfield assists in Major League Baseball if you look at the numbers. But I want the right guys getting thrown out. And sometimes I think one of the things that the game falls into, and I mentioned it previously, I feel like, so there's a speed rating and then there's a base running aggressiveness rating also. And I think that the game falls into a trap of it doubles the base running aggressiveness rating as base running intelligence. So if you have low base running aggressiveness, you're also more prone to bad decisions on the bases. And they really should be two separate ratings. Because you find the slower guys are the guys making the bad decisions. Fastball there, swung on and missed as Young fans half. Sorry to get away from the actual game detail broadcast, but I will occasionally fall into talking shop. So, Happ swings and misses there. Young fans with 2 away. Runner on first. Here's Javi Baez. Baez is 0 for 2. I feel like a lot of sports games do that where they kind of give a rating a dual purpose when they really shouldn't. One of the most notorious ones for me, given what I do in that, was with Fight Night Champion, which is the game I use for the boxing stuff for the London Sports Universe Boxing Federation. The Fight Night Champion was a great game, but one of the things that did it, the strength rating was not just a fighter's punching power, it was also how well a fighter blocked. So you would have guys who were powerhouse punchers but not good defensive fighters. And because that doubled as a block rating, it kind of gave them a little bit of a defensive push that they shouldn't really have. Fastball there, Young fans Baez. So a strong finish to the 7th inning from Cy Young, who comes off the mound uncharacteristically demonstrative. We got a good one going here at Wrigley. Sox and Cubs scoreless as we head to the 8th. See, the Red Sox have had 8 hits on the day. Joe Harris. We're going to pinch hit. We're going to have the Sox pinch hit for Joe Harris here. They got to get something going. Let's see. Got some decent lefty bats on the bench there. Buck Freeman hasn't played much since he was called up, but he keeps on hitting. So we're actually going to let Buck Freeman pinch hit for Joe Harris here.
Your attention, please.
556, a homer and 3 RBIs. He must have 9. Maybe he has 18 at bats, but I'm guessing it's 9 at bats. He hasn't started at all, so his only at bats been as a pinch hitter. He had a big pinch hit the last time I did a Red Sox broadcast, and he has a big one here. First pitch swinging from Jenkins deep to right field, and Buck Freeman comes off the bench for a pinch hit solo homer to break the scoreless tie and the Red Sox take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 8th. So Buck Freeman comes off the bench for a pinch hit homer. Well, when you're the Sox, you've hit into 3 double plays today, and you've had 2 runners thrown out at home. Actually, I should say, 2 runners thrown out on the bases. 1 was thrown out at second, 1 was thrown out at home. That is how you eliminate that from the equation. Put it out of the yard. Buck Freeman goes deep, and it's 1-0 Sox. No doubter in terms of distance. The camera angle made it seem like that was much closer to the foul pole than it was. That was fair by quite a lot, and out by quite a lot. And that's going to be the end for Ferguson Jenkins today. Jenkins deserves a better fate than this. He's made big pitches when he's had to. He's allowed only the 1 run. But Jenkins exits on the short end of the stick. Here's Larry French. French 1-1, a 3.09 ERA in 16 appearances. The left-hander will come on here to face Jason Barrett. Baratek, the switch hitter, will bat from the right-hand side. Keck is 0 for 2 on the day.
The batter, number 33.
Ball from French, misses down and away. Daniel Notes, love the game. Yes, absolutely. This has been a fun one. We've had a few good ones lately. We're in a nice little run here. I honestly, I've been very, very lucky, and I continue to say this, but this season I feel like in particular, I have had very few duds in the games that I've streamed. I've really tended to have very good, close, fun ball games, which of course makes this infinitely more fun for me, because broadcasting a blowout, especially solo, broadcasting a blowout is just tedious as hell. Nice screwball there from French. Gets Baratek swinging over the top of it with our super slow-mo cam. Paid good money for that. Down goes Baratek. 1 away. Order turns over. Here's Ellsbury. Ellsbury will stay in the game. Despite the left-handed pitcher, will stay in for defensive purposes. Square misses down low. Ellsbury is 0 for 2. He's also walked. Appreciate you folks tuning in here again for a late night broadcast. Finished work, was feeling up to it a bit. Figured we'd get another game done. Line shot to left. That's a base hit for Ellsbury. Half gets over to it quickly. Ellsbury takes the turn, but he's going to hold.
Now batting.
So Ellsbury continues to have a solid year here for the Sox. Ellsbury has not been very good for Boston over the past couple of years. Here's Johnny Pesky. Pesky is 2 for 3. Runner goes. Throw from Hartnett is on the bag. It's a good throw, but a good jump. Stolen base for Ellsbury, his 33rd of the season, and the Red Sox have an insurance run in scoring position. Couldn't have put it much better than that. Hartnett put that throw right on the money. French delivers. In there for a called strike. It's 0-2. French from the set again. 0-2 offering. Oh my goodness. Screwball inside, and that is about as bad as Johnny Pesky is capable of looking. That was nowhere near the zone, and Pesky takes a half-hearted swing there. Tried to stop himself, unsuccessful. So here's Ted Williams. Williams is 2 for 3 on the day. Hit into a double play his last time. And he rips this one deep to right field. Lefty, lefty, who cares? Oh, I thought that had more lift on it. I thought Williams got that one. Nicholson tracks it down shy of the warning track, and the side is retired. But Buck Freeman's pinch hit homer breaks the scoreless tie. We head to the bottom of the 8th at Wrigley. It's 1-0 Red Sox.
Ladies and gentlemen, Your attention, please.
So Buck
A
Freeman
defensive change for the
will
Red Sox.
stay in to play
Now
first
playing
base
first
here.
base, number 5, Buck.
That'll bring up Gabby Hartnett. Hartnett is 1 for 2. Cy Young will stay in. He's only thrown 81 pitches through 7. The Cubs have been very aggressive. It might be time to change the tack when you have zeros on the scoreboard. Fastball there. Hartnett fouls it off. Been a rough year for Gabby at the plate, as we discussed earlier. He does have some thump, though, and in a one-run game, they're going to let him stay in here and hit. Fastball fouls it off. Young is ahead of him 0-2. Young rocks and fires. Fastball off the plate. 40,144 in attendance here at Wrigley. Red Sox playoff bound. Pretty much locked up that American League wild card. They've got a 7-game cushion on the Twins. Cubs hoping for their first postseason berth. Win here would give the Cubs sole possession of first place by a game in the NL Central. Keck sets up inside, 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, and Cy Young is in a groove right now. Down goes Hartnett, 1 away.
Now batting, number 54.
Young has done a very nice job on that down and in pitch over the course of this ball game. Bill Dallin batting 226. I was a little late to hit that button. Yeah. All right, we'll let him throw the first pitch. If Dallin takes it, we may consider a pinch hitter. Although I don't know if they even have another shortstop on the roster. Moot point as he taps it out towards the mound. Young comes off the mound and throws him out. There's 2 away.
Now batting, number 52.
Cy Young continues to roll. Here's Pafko as the order turns over. Andy is 0 for 3. Struck out his last time up. Cubs have just got nothing going here in this one. And they're just flailing. Curveball down and away, way out of the zone. Pafko goes chasing. 0-1 pitch. Spitter there from Young. Swung on and missed. Down in the dirt. A pair of really bad swings from Andy Pafko. Young tries to get him to chase again. That time Pafko shows a modicum of restraint. 1-2 offering. Pafko cranks that one. Lined into the seats foul. On and 2 the count. Young delivers. Curveball misses. Outside, 2-2. Young rocks and delivers. Fastball misses down low. The count goes full. Young wants to know what that pitch was. That was pretty clearly down low. Full count offering coming to Pafko. Cavaretta waits on deck. Payoff pitch. Curveball misses outside for ball 4. So the tying run is on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Phil Cavaretta. Cavaretta is 0 for 3. Now we're going to see. Bergmeyer isn't even warmed up anyway. Let's do a little mound visit. Check on Cy Young. Bergmeyer halfway. I don't know. Young has given up 4 hits. I think we're going to give Young Cavaretta. And if Cavaretta gets on, we'll take Young out of this game. But Cavaretta will be Young's last hitter, I think, regardless. We're going to give him to him. He's earned it. Fastball misses up and away. It's 1-0. Cy Young from the set. 1-0 pitch. Cavaretta put this one out towards right center. Ellsbury tracking it, and he's going to get there. Puts it away, and the side is retired. Cy Young has thrown 8 scoreless innings for the Red Sox. We head to the top of the ninth at Wrigley. 1-0 Boston. Betts, Smith, and Collins will look to get an insurance run for the Sox. They will try to do so against Felix Rodriguez, who has been exceptional out of the Cubs bullpen this year. 8-2. A 1.15 earned run average in 37 appearances. Rodriguez came over after a terrible season a year ago with the Giants.
Leading off for the Red Sox, the right fielder, number 50.
Mookie Betts, 0 for 3. First pitch, in there for a call and strike. Slider misses outside. The count goes for 1-1. This Cubs bullpen has been exceptional all season long. Slider misses away. That is a bigger reason as anything for the Cubs being in playoff contention for the first time this season. Their bullpen has been significantly improved. Rodriguez has been a big part of that. Fly ball to center. It'll stay in the yard. Pafko is underneath it. Puts it away for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the ninth. Here's Reggie Smith. Smith is 1 for 3. Single back in the second. Fastball misses up high. Don Elston, the right-hander. Sean Marshall, the lefty, throwing in the Cubs bullpen. Rodriguez still has to face Smith and one more hitter regardless. Fastball down and in. Two-0 pitch from Rodriguez. Smith goes the other way and fouls it off. Two and 1 the count. Rodriguez deals again. Slider misses down low. It's 3-1. Rodriguez gets the sign from Hartman. Trying to keep this a 1-run ball game. 3-1 pitch. High fastball. Smith fouls it off and the count goes full. Rodriguez deals. Fly ball out to right center. Smith gives this one a good ride. Going back on it. Pafko ranging over. He's got it. Tracked down, put away. Nice job, Andy Pafko. Couple steps shy of the warning track. 2 down here in the top of the ninth. That'll bring up Jimmy Collins. Collins is 2 for 3, a single and a double. Fastball misses up high. Deals again. Change-up gets him. It's 1-1. Fly ball again out to center. This time Pafko's coming on. He's camped under it. Puts it away and the side is retired. So a good job from Felix Rodriguez out of the Cubs bullpen. They'll head to the bottom of the ninth. We'll see if Cy Young gets to start the inning, or if they head to Jonathan Papelbon. Hack, Nicholson, and Santo await whoever takes the hill. And it's going to be Cy Young. All right, so we're going to revisit this for a minute. One thing, I apologize if it's been Yeah, I need 2 seconds here to try to fix an audio thing because I feel like it kind of got garbled and staticky for a minute there, and I'm not exactly sure why. So give me 2 seconds. This won't take long. Just going off screen here for a minute to reactivate my sound right and see if that anything.
The designated hitter.
Hopefully that proved that. I'm sorry about that. So Young will start it off here against Hack. Hack lines it out into center field. Ellsbury gets there. One pitch, one out in the bottom of the ninth.
Number 53.
It's going to give Young a base runner here. He's going to try to make sure that he finishes it, though. Here's Bill Nicholson. 1 for 2. He's singled back in the seventh. Nicholson has thunder. His average is low, but he has gone deep 34 times here in his rookie campaign. He pops this one up, though. Harris underneath it puts it away, and very quickly, 2 men out in the bottom of the ninth. So now Cy Young smells the complete game shutout here. He's going to face Ron Santo. Santo is 2 for 3, a single and a double. Homered in yesterday's game. Young rocks and fires. Fastball misses up high. Young delivers again. Fastball down and in. It's 2-0. Santo ground ball to second. Right at Bobby Doerr. Throw to first and the ball game is over. Cy Young has the complete game shutout, and the Red Sox have evened this 3-game series at a game apiece. Buck Freeman's pinch hit homer in the top of the 8th gives the Red Sox the only run that they need. A complete game 4-hit shutout for Cy Young. Young improves to 13-7. Fergie Jenkins, despite a solid outing. Freeman homer, the only blemish against Fergie. Again, he got helped by his defense. His defense threw out 2 base runners, and he got 3 double plays. But he allowed 1 run over 7+. That 1 run did him in. Terrific effort from Young as the Red Sox keep on rolling, and the Red Sox are going to hope that they can keep playing this hot for another month. The Red Sox, nobody wants to run into this team in the postseason the way they're playing right now. Your final line score, 1 run, 10 hits, no errors for Boston. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Cubs. Cy Young Player of the Game honors, no doubt there. 9 innings, 4 hits, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, no runs allowed. Fergie Jenkins went 7 innings. He allowed 9 hits and a walk. He struck out 5, allowed only the 1 run. Collins and Ted Williams, a pair of hits for the Red Sox. Ron Santo had 2 of the 4 hits for the Cubbies, and the Buck Freeman pinch hit homer, the only run of the ball game, gets Boston the win. So greatly appreciate you guys all tuning in. Thanks for popping into the chat. Nathaniel, Jamie, Wayne March was here as well. Always appreciate you guys checking in, chatting a bit during the course of the stream. Tomorrow night, again, boxing returns to the channel. Legend Sports Universe Championship Tournament Series will resume tomorrow evening. Evander Holyfield is on that card. Ike Forte is on that card. Azuma Nelson is on that card. So it should be a fun one here on the channel. And then I will try to have, if I have time tomorrow, I'm going to try to get the baseball game recorded also for Cardinals and Dodgers, and that would be the last game of August, and that'll take us to the start of September here in year 4 of the Franchise Stars Baseball League. Enjoy your night, guys. Be good to each other, and we'll talk soon. The Red Sox take down the Cubs at Wrigley.